Welcome back, MTG Joe here, and we're going to be trying out a different Obosh deck. We played a mono red version yesterday. Today we are going to be testing out a Gruul Obosh. So this is kind of a deck that's been going around Pioneer a bit. Some of the structure and overlap exists in Standard, so I wanted to test it out, see how it goes. So Obosh as a companion allows you to only play cards with odd converted mana cost. But it doubles the damage of all your odd spells. So what we're trying to do here is go 1, 3, 5 as much as possible, and then we kind of have a polymorph package with Lukka. But I'm playing a Boreal Grazer over Goose. Getting the line into play, you're always going to be able to play 3 drops, where Goose is kind of a one-time drop. And then we have Pelt Collector, which gets a little bit bigger as we play out our other threats. A couple of shocks as a concession to the early game, where if we're playing against aggro decks with Obosh, this does 4 damage. Then you have Bonecrusher, can be played for its adventure cost as well. And then that's some more removal in the main board. We don't get stuff like Domri's Ambush or Ram Through, so we need to be creative with our removal. We have Lovestruck Beast and Spellbreaker, so just kind of rounding up powerful 3 drops. We have a couple of Klothys. When it deals damage, you get to deal 4 damage, gain 2 life, so it's another way to close it out. A little bit stickier of a threat for more of the control matchups. Then a couple of Domris as well, that could help us ramp. We have Lukka, so if you minus any of our 3 drops, it will always get you a Yidaro. And it's a way to kind of cheat in a big 8/8 Trampler. So it's kind of cool like that. Both of these are going to serve as card advantage engines to get us more creatures. Vivien can also make tokens, and then the minus probably isn't as relevant when you kind of come in here. So I know in the Gruul Fires deck it was really cool because you could minus it, cast one of the Cavaliers, get Questing Beast, give everything haste, and kind of pump through like that. Here, if you cast a 3-drop, you're really only getting like a Pelt Collector, so it's not really worth it. So it's mostly just for tokens and card advantage. Yidaros can be cycled or cast on the top end or cheated in. And then you have the Great Henge. We have a lot of powerful cards that can reduce the cost of this, and then it's another way for us to make things stronger and then to kind of push through. So notable cards we're missing: Embercleave, Questing Beast. So those are things that we're going to want to see. Is it worth playing this kind of curve to get more damage out, but then also take some advantage? Mana base wise, I'm going with the duels and then 2 Fabled Passage. Gruul mana is always tough, I find, even in historic. It's kind of what I was just playing. I tanked my record in ranked, so we're going to be playing some ranked to try to get back up. Just nothing was working last night. I went like 5 and 10 in matches, so I went down all the way to 93%. So I'm working my way back up. I just want to play historic Gruul, but can't for ranked. Sideboard wise, so with exception of Ceratops, if we play Ceratops versus the control matchups, then we have to get rid of Obosh. Cage versus aggro, some Chandras against control, Flame Sweep, Tybalt versus life gain, and then Brontodons. And then we'll fire it up. Hey Toos. So I had Quartzwood as a consideration, but I wanted to always hit my 8-drop. Depending if we're seeing a lot of flash decks or not. What is our rank? 97. May give it a shot. I'm going to test some things too. I might want to play Questing Beast in the side as well, and then just kind of side into Obosh. We'll see how that goes. I tried like every kind of popular deck last night, and I couldn't win any games. I just went to mono red from last season, and I'm like 5-1 with it. I think we keep this. If we draw another lion, then I can play a 3-drop. Or let's just draw nothing but Lovestruck Beasts. Yeah, it might be something we play that instead of Lukka. I'm not quite sure yet if that's the best call. Teamer. This could be Teamer Wreck. I actually think I'm going to just go Lovestruck here and then make tokens. and then next turn I can make a token attack in. That's actually great. So I Domri here. Make a token, and then... Ooh, actually, no, this is a non-bow. Domri doesn't allow Lovestruck to attack. Ah. My mistake. That was an error. Okay, they used a Reclamation here, which isn't the best for them. That was a mistake. So here I can stomp. Like, I want to get this Great Henge down, because then just the ongoing card advantage is going to be massive. Let's start with attacking. So punt off the board. That's a little bit of poor kind of mismatch. They may trade there. Let's see if this comes down. Waiting on the Domri. Okay, so it's a flash deck. I think we just fight here. Maybe plussing made more sense. Okay. Well, Obosh will come down next turn and double up the damage. Spellbreaker is also nice. Let's just play this out. If they have a counter, I want to bait it so that they counter that. They don't. Let's see what they do here. They can take me off a 1/1. Just do this. So not pushing through tons of damage here, but once Obosh comes down, even these smaller creatures start doubling up. May just go Spellbreaker with haste next turn. Domri showing its worth in this matchup. Being a way to make all our spells uncounterable. Okay, so we'll see what they want to block here. They may block the human. Perfect. This lets us stomp here. And like we still have 4 virtual cards to cast. Okay, they have wreck. I think we just go Obosh this turn.
Have at it, boys.
This will deal 10 damage exactly, so they need a blocker or a way to kill Obosh. got 2 Night Packs off the board. I have another Spellbreaker coming down next turn. Nissa can make tokens. So this is matchup probably where I want Ceratops.
The land fights for us.
They can float the mana. See what they do. Sorry, just gonna close my window. It's a bit cold still. Taking their time. Had we probably didn't advance the board as much without Domri to push through these counters that the opponents had. And like we've gotten through some really good cards already. That's just Reclamation. They could wreck for 6. They might just do that on Obosh. So here, I think we just go face.
We won't answer to other guilds.
Because like this, if they target Bonecrusher, they take 2 damage. Domri can be down-ticked to fight. One of the Nissa lands. Spellbreaker also has Trample.
Rise, my elemental friend.
Mainboard Destiny Spinner. Because we weren't killing Nissa anyways, so if we could have killed Nissa, then it would have done it, but we were 1 short. Lukka off the top would be sweet. Mind you, they probably have a counter in that grip. Interesting, the intervention now. They might be able to just kill us. Because Nissa is going to double up these lands, so if they have a second Reclamation. I hate playing against Reclamation decks. This always happens. You get them down to like 3. Okay, just Night Pack. So Lovestruck fights Night Pack. This could be Sharknado. They could have a few things. Maybe we fight the token. it's still probably right to fight. Problem is I still have the untaps and they likely have a counterspell, so even if we get Yidaro out through Lukka, it's probably not enough. You're using a hell of a lot of time. Okay, that could be interesting if we push through some damage here. So then if I fight this, then at least things trade and it clears their board better. Which I think I prefer doing that. The Brazen Borrower. Well, that makes things worse. Now we're probably just dead. They don't have to play things out on their turn. They flash in Borrower. So it's not going to attack anyways. Just play this out. Try with the fight again next turn. Came close this one, but I think they're going to squeeze it through. Seen a hell of a lot of good cards. I think I like this. I don't know about the Destiny Spinners main, but this version of Teamer Wreck seems better than the more controlling version. It's got a more proactive game plan. Wow, just Storm's Wrath. Oh, they're gonna untap the world. We might be able to catch them with Shock. So we have 2 Shocks in our deck. We've seen 3 Bonecrushers. No, we have another Bonecrusher as well. Klothys, another option. How about a Pelt Collector? Here's a Pelt Collector. Are we dead? 9, 12. Yeah, we're dead. Ah! Close. Close, close, close. So in this matchup, probably just the Brontodons. I don't think we want Chandra. I have Ceratops, but they have Night Pack, and then that means we lose Obosh. I think I like having Obosh in the matchup. These Lovestrucks were kind of lackluster, so I think we want those out. Great Henge is interesting if we can get it down. I think we just run it like that. Try it again. We are like a turn away, a spell away. Drawing all our adventure creatures. Yeah, we'll keep it. Oh, that's... I thought this was a mountain. So I'm going to cycle here, try to find a land. Perfect. So I think I'm excited to get Aether Gusted here. Just gonna put it back. I want to find another land. Okay, well they missed. Which does bode well for us. I think I just want to try to force Klothys down. Okay, they just cycle Typhoon. So now I can start eating away at their graveyard. I think we just do this and pass. I don't want to commit a second one because they have the Blast Zone available. If they take up Blast Zone, then I'd be more inclined. Okay, so now we can drop. Like this, I can Bonecrusher them and then try to cast it. Used 5 minutes more clock than us. Dump a Storm's Wrath. Okay. So I got him there. I think we just play it back. Don't think we want Chandra. They've shown Storm's Wrath. They also have a lot of creatures. At least Lovestruck's a play on one. Do we want Grazer? Shave down a Grazer, run it like that. Probably need some better tools in this matchup. Maybe just playing the Ceratops. Got that other hand back. Put the forest away. Sick. I think we keep that. Next turn I'm going to force the Spellbreaker. Very interesting to decide to main phase that. So giving this haste, maybe we should have made it a 4/4. They do have so I'm gonna play out the land here. If they go Nightpack Ambusher, then I could have pumped it. I think it's probably reasonable. Keep that on top. think same play. Get this down. Cycle Godzilla and then have Obosh ready. So if they can't counter Obosh, then they're dead next turn. That's 7. Can deal 10 with the pump. Or we try for a Bosch. Let's see what's on top. Let's do this. Next turn, at least I could pump, so it pushes through some more damage. I don't want to particularly just trade here. Playing this out now, it's worse versus like a counter spell, but if any of our stuff dies, then it gets the counter on it. Okay, they go Night Pack here. Attacked with Grazer because we're going to pump it. So I'm going to hold the land, pretend like we have something. Storm's Wrath sucks. Vivien off top. Nope. How about a land? Bunch of cards that we could have used there, but let's play this out. It's a 1/3 attacker. So maybe we want Ceratops. This is another game where we got them close, but haven't been able to close it out. That's strange. That seems kind of a waste. Explosion for 1. Can we just like cycle consistently into Yidaro? So we have Shock. Nisa's very unfortunate there.
We will not fail.
This could mean they have Aether Gust up as well. You're doing well. Okay, well, I said if we can... Like, they have Aether Gust, don't they? It could be Growth Spiral, but I think we force the win here. Do they have it? Don't slow play me. Oh, this might be Brazen Borrower. Now they probably have a counterspell up. Probably throw Grazer in the way. Just to buffer us another turn.
Nature's true power.
Still not lethal. I think we're dead anyways. They flash this in. Yeah. Ah, that's frustrating. It's like another game where we're close, but not quite. Just never saw. I think I don't want... Like, these are okay. The Grazers... kind of lackluster. Let's go Fervent Champion. It's a hasty threat off the top. Plays better. It's a 1/1. That also works with Lovestruck Beast. Do we want like another Vivien or Lukka over the Great Henge? Perhaps. Because there's not really like much card draw options. I don't think we care about the life gain, to be honest. So let's bring more cards for that matchup. Maybe like Risk Factor in the side. Lets us play stuff on their turn. Let's try that out. Alright. Let me just give the game a reset and then we'll fire it up. That was 2 games. We got him to 3 life and just couldn't close it out. It is a bit risky playing a Gruul deck with so many Aether Gusts going around, but maybe we even want more Shocks. But like Shocks doesn't really help us, particularly in that matchup. We can't play maybe we want Nisa. Yikes. Okay, we'll keep this. Let's put back a mountain. And that lets us just go Pelt Collector on 1. We can also go like Teamer. Black-White Knights. So this is a matchup where we're just not seeing any aggressive. Well, we got a hand. Klothys is the play they take. So now we're just stuck with a bunch of 5-drops. They attack for 2. Yeah, if we're not beating Black-White Knights, then we have a problem. We are far from the Great Henge. Not blocking with it. I can upgrade it with Lukka, which we probably do. Mothra. Okay, well we got Shock. The thing though, we shock this and then it comes back. Fogs it for a turn. See what they take here. Vivien's inherently more of an engine. It does give us reach as well. Okay, so I can plus, but it goes to 6. They likely kill Lukka anyways. Lets us cast some cards. The worst case, we get a Lovestruck Beast that doesn't do anything, so I think we need to plus here.
Dissenters are welcome to debate me in battle.
Well, that just exiled 3 cards from their library, and now we're getting nothing, and we hit 2 Lovestrucks. Yeah, now they're just gonna go super wide on us. We could have Oboshed, but it's kind of a weak line there. Flame Sweeps seem good here, as do... I don't know how relevant Cage is. So coming out... probably on the play we can keep Pelt Collector. These Fervent Knights might be probably the cut, and they got a lot of small things, so it's not going to be the easiest for us to push through. This is a match where like Embercleave would be great, or just like Domri's Ambush. Keep this. Although it's a little bit of a non-bow, the Flame Sweep, it'll kill our 1/1. I think just keeping it early is probably relevant. Sweet. Shock's probably still relevant here, because I figure they might have Agonizing Remorse this turn. Because I go Lovestruck this turn, and then I could follow it up with the Henge. This reduces 5, so it makes it... Oh, their hand is fairly slow, so let's just go Lovestruck here. Poke him for 1. I wish they'd do more like tribal lands like this. So I'm doing this now before combat, just in case they kill something. Yeah. So had we attacked, they likely would have killed it first. So I don't get the damage in, but we get the Henge. And now all our future creatures are going to be quite formidable. We're also just a land away from making this a 9/9 Trample Haste that draws us a card. Interesting. So I think... kind of want to keep Obosh right now, so let's just go... like, they'd likely have something like Murderous Rider. They're a pseudo-aggressive deck. So I'm going to cycle one of these in case we hit a land. Or, you know. cast the Klothys. Oh, they might have, yeah, Black Lance. So they do have a land, so I can eat the land, and that'll guarantee me mana for Yidaro. Actually, I think we take them off the card advantage here. Okay, since we drew that, they only have 2 mana open. So let's Godzilla. Draws us a card. So this is moving smoother than the previous game. I get to make a token here. Yidaro's sweet. Yeah, they're dead there. I think we run it back. Keep it as it is. Problem is like lack of removal in these creature matchups. So I think we need to fix our sideboard. Yeah, I can't keep this. Oi! What's with these hands? There's 24 lands in this deck. Oh, put Lukka back. We want lands here. So I'm going to play this out. It's a blocker. They're likely... Oh, they don't have Black Lance here. Okay, so no block here. So I can go Lovestruck, because the problem is I don't get this Acclaimed Contender. So at least Lovestruck survives. Or I can go Spellbreaker. So like I could sweep up the small one, but I can't sweep up both. At least this turn. Let's just go Spellbreaker here. They go Acclaimed Contender. Because I can first strike this and then do the pump. This would get up to 5. Maybe I double block here. I mean, it takes their whole turn. So maybe that would have been better. They can kill both things if they pump. If they want to pump, they can pump. This is where something like Scorching Dragonfire would be good. gonna throw more bodies in the way. I think we take a bit of a hit this turn and then hold up Flame Sweep for next turn. Just try to wipe out their board. Aye. That's very bad. Three, 6. So 3, 6, 8, 9. I can hit them then for, this is 10. Try to kill him on the crackback. Mothra is very annoying. So I think what we do is this. So if I do these, then I Bosh. They have to block. Like, it's unfortunate because they're going to get card advantage this way. The token we can keep back because it doesn't actually deal double. Six. So they're at 6, 8. I block the Knight of Eben. They take 2. Oh, they have Heartless Act as well. Yeah, I guess the clock doesn't really change there. So I'm going to let them react, see what they want to kill. With Vivien, I can make a reach blocker. They can just block with both on the ground. They can block here. I think we keep this back. They also have Black Lance that can flash in. Like, we don't have Embercleave, but perhaps they think we have Embercleave. They disconnect. They might have disconnected, which is unfortunate because they have this game won. No, they Black Lance. I can Flame Sweep here. So if I Flame Sweep here, they get the counters on that. The problem is they have Murderous Rider, so they just kill my thing anyways. If I had more trample damage, it would have made sense. Then they come back because of Mothra, and we're dead. They had the Rider to get my flyers. This is a match where Embercleave would have been good. Just tank the rank further. Okay, so there's some ideas with the deck, but missing out on a lot of the key 2-drops makes it feel a little lackluster. Also, just we are kind of always at like an odd. Not being able to play out, have a lot of good 1-drops hurts the ability to go just to 3 without consistent ramp. The Pioneer version has 8 1-mana elves, so you always can pretty much play out a turn 2 3-drop, which makes it a lot more consistent. I'm going to wrap this one up. We'll come back with some other decks and play around with that. Thanks as always for stopping by, and have a great one.